Hey everyone, Michael here with Film Bodega, and we've teamed up with our friends at PremiumBeat.com to bring you a whole week of free downloads. That's right, 5 days we're going to be giving you free video assets that you can download right now. Today we're giving away 45 hand-drawn symbols and shapes. These outlines come from Film Bodega's hand-drawn fonts and symbols pack. All of these outlines are pre-keyed and 4K optimized, so you just drag and drop them into your project and you're good to go. I'll have links down below so you can download these elements from the PremiumBeat.com blog. We're going to deep dive into Premiere Pro, and then I'll show you the differences in Final Cut Pro and Resolve. Let's hop in. Alright, so here we are in Premiere Pro, and I just want to go into my Downloads folder and drag our outlines directly into your project. This will import a bin with all of the files easily organized for you to go through. Now if you double click any of these to preview them, they'll show up in your source monitor, but you won't see them because they're black. If you click this settings icon and set your background to transparency grid, now you can scrub through and play these and preview any of these elements. So the first thing I'm going to go do is, in my project, I'm going to create a new color matte. Let's set this to white, and we'll name it background. Let's drag that into our timeline. And now it's all about layering assets on top of this. So if we go to our outlines, let's just grab this arrow and bring it right into our project. Let's zoom out so you can see and extend this background. So now if you play through, you can see these elements and they're ready to go. If you have a light background, one of the things that I like to do is open my arrow, go into Effects Controls, change the opacity blend mode to darken. This will make it easier to see the element. Inside of your effects controls, you can also adjust the position, scale, and rotation. Now to match the preview, instead of using the white background, I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And if you watched any of my tutorials, you know that I use SuperMogurt for everything. SuperMogurt is a Film Bodega template that does animated titles and backgrounds, so I'm just going to drag that into my timeline. What's nice about this is I can go into my background, and let's go ahead and make it gold. And under my style options, I'm going to add a pencil texture. Let's crank that up. And what's really nice is that this plays well with the hand-drawn look and gives it more of this grungy textured feel. I'm happy with this, so let's start adding more elements. Let's close this down, and next I'm just going to add a layer of text. So hit T, drag that out, and let's type out free. The font I'm using here is Bodega Thin. This is a free font you can also download from Film Bodega. An animated version of this is included with the hand-drawn pack that these outline symbols come from, but just for this example, we're just going to type it out. I'll include a link below to this font if you want to download it as well. So let's extend our text out and set the position where we want. And now let's start adding more outlines. So I'm going to go back into my outlines folder, and I want an exclamation mark. There's this big one here, but there's another one that has 3. Let's drag this one in, and we'll go ahead and start in our effects controls and change our settings again. So we'll move the position and scale. There we go. And I want to change the color of this element. So to do that, I'll need to go into the effects panel and do a search for tint. You're going to drag the tint effect onto your element and then go back into effects controls. Under tint, you'll see this map black to, and you can change this color to whatever you want. So we can make this a red element, but in the example, let's just go ahead and make this white. But the tint effect is how you're essentially going to change the look of any of these elements. And from here on, we're just going to keep adding more. Here's a cloud that I use, so let's go ahead and add that. Let's move this over here. And let's go back and add our tint effect. Go into our effects controls, and let's make this like a rainy gray cloud. Now let's go back to our elements, and I want to grab the lightning bolt. Add it to our timeline. Effects, add our tint, and let's make this one yellow. Now it's all about changing the position and scale and making it match up with this cloud. And that's really it. You just keep layering more outlines, changing the color, size, rotation, add more and more. And if it ever gets too busy, you can always start taking them away. You can also keep playing with the blend modes and try different looks and things like that, and really start to customize these in hundreds of different ways. Alright, here in Final Cut, it's the same type of thing we just did in Premiere, where you can preview all of your elements, and it's all about layering them in your timeline. So let's go ahead and go into Generators, and we'll grab this paper background. And now let's add our outlined arrow to the timeline. Over here in your inspector, you can change the blend mode, mess with the opacity, and then just tweak the position, rotation, and scale to put the elements where you want them. Everything works just the same way as you would in Premiere Pro, except for one little difference. You're going to use a different effect. So if I bring my exclamation marks in, and if I want to change the color of these, I need to go into my effects panel, go to color, and we want to colorize. Inside the inspector, we want to remap our blacks, so lighten up your color and choose the color you want. Let's just go with this green, and let's remap our whites to white, and we'll increase the intensity. Play with this slider to find that perfect color you're looking for. And there you go. Just keep layering, adding, and playing around. Resolve is similar to Final Cut in that the effects are a little bit different, but everything works the same way. So let's go into our effects library and we'll add a colored background with a solid color. Let's make this white. And now we'll grab one of our outlines and bring that into the timeline. So here's our arrow again. Let's extend this background. And same thing, we're gonna click on our arrow, and over here in the video settings, you're gonna adjust the transform and move the position, scale, and size all over again. Now let's go grab our exclamation marks. And up here, we're gonna go into our effects library again, open effects, and under Resolve FX Generate, we wanna grab Color Generator. Add the color generator effect to your element, and then up here in your effects controls, click here, and you can change the color to any color you want. So you can play around, find the color you want to change them to, and you're good to go. Hit OK, and you can adjust the global blend to kind of fine tune that color some more. Then back to our video settings, where you'll again do the scale, rotation, and position. And there it is. It's that simple. You can download these free elements at PremiumBeat.com's blog. And if you want the font as well, go check out FilmBodega.com and grab that as well. We'll see you in another video and another freebie really soon. Bye.